Hey folks, end all be all here, and wow, what a match! I think you guys are going to enjoy this. This is the finals of the third week, and I'm facing a really good opponent. Now for this one, just like the previous match, I went ahead and recorded my matches beforehand, so this is going to be sort of like an overview commentary. But let me go ahead and show you. How the match played out. I think it's definitely one of the better matches that I've had in GAC so far. Really enjoyed it. The opponent that we faced in the finals is a guy called FN2187E, who is from the guild Uwal Corellia, a really good guild. And this guy has got really good lifetime banners, as you can see, 626k lifetime banners. And if I look at the stats, I believe he's got three GLs. That's right. So I've got two GLs right now, both the light side GLs. This guy's got an extra one, a Supreme Leader Kylo Ren, and usually keeps a really tough defense. Just like my previous opponent, this guy also has rarely been cleared. And he keeps a tough defense, plus he has a GL advantage. And I've seen him keep at least two, sometimes three GLs on defense. No, I think at least two. I think he very recently got his third GL, the Supreme Leader Kylo. But I can fully expect to see that on defense. I won't be surprised. So that's his roster. He's got really good mods as well. So let's go ahead and enter into the battle itself. Just show you briefly all the characters. And let's go ahead and enter into the battle, and then we'll show you exactly how we've done against him. And you can see over here his Kyber rank. He's previously attained 76 Kyber rank, so he's one of the better opponents I've faced. These are the kind of matches that I really look forward to because it it puts me at an equal, because this guy's got a focus roster just like me, an extra GL, and plays a tough defense. And he does reasonably well on offense as well. So these are the kind of matches which I really look forward to. So let's go ahead and enter into the actual battle itself, and take a look at briefly take a look at my defenses before we move on to the offense phase. I had to keep enough for my offense, so I saved my Jedi Knight Luke, who I usually keep on defense, but I did keep my Darth Revan at the back, and a few other relatively weaker teams. Actually, I've kept a relatively weaker defense this time as opposed to what I usually keep. So that is something which I wasn't too thrilled about, but I wanted to make sure that I cleared my opponent, because GLs in 3v3 can get really tough to take out if you don't have the right teams. If you fail on a battle, you need to be able to make sure that you have enough offense to clear. Otherwise, there's a very real danger of not clearing. And if you don't clear, and your opponent does, then regardless of efficiency, they win. So over here you can see nothing too tough at the top. So he's definitely saved a lot for offense. And down south also, the two teams are not really that tough, but there's the one GL down there with Bastila Watt. So what we do is let's go ahead and I think I'm just checking out a few stats over here. So let me just skip ahead to the Bastila Watt battle, because that's, I think, the first one. Oh no, yeah, that's right. That's the first one that I do. So I'm going to pause here a little bit and talk a little bit about the setup for this battle. So going in, last time I faced this team, I did fail. I was able to clear everyone except for Jedi Master Luke. So I decided to practice in the arena, and I had two different teams that I practiced with. I took a pure gas team and practiced in the arena. A buddy of mine, Proudest Monkey, he usually puts stuff in for me to test in the arena. So he put in the Bastila Watt team, and I went in and tried it out with two different variants of gas. There's gas snips and arc, and then gas fives and Rex. And both the variants, I tried 4 times total, and both those variants won every single time with only gas remaining behind. So 47 banner victory. And then once I tried with another team, which is also quite popular, an option against Bastila Watt JML, and that's the JKR, gas, and Han. So with Han, you shoot at Watt first, and then with the JKR you mark Watt, and you go ahead and take him out with gas, so that he doesn't put the tech on JKR on JML, and then you beat down, you focus down on JML first, make sure he's out, and then take care of Basti. So I tried one of those battles and 4 battles with just gas and 501st. All 5 battles I won pretty comfortably with in the first case with gas remaining behind, and the other cases with at least two characters remaining behind. So I decided. I thought, the JKR gas and Han team, it breaks up a couple of teams, three teams actually. It breaks up the JKR team, it breaks up a gas team, and it breaks up a Han Chewie team. So I decided to go with this option, which also was proving to be effective for me because I didn't know what my opponent had at the back. And let's see how this goes. So he was able to apply some debuffs on me. And one thing to notice over here is this JML was modded for tons of potency, which is usually something that you don't see. Same thing with the Basti as well. There was a lot of potency on that. Plus the um, Bastila gives tons of buffs to Jedi Master Luke as well. The Battle Meditation gives an extra 50% potency. So this guy was landing tons of debuffs. And over here you can see I get up for the first time. Luckily, my gas is still alive with the taunt. But you can see over here all the debuffs are landing. And as long as that's crit which is landing on him, he dispels the debuffs. But you can see over here once my last character goes and gas is remaining behind, he can't be crit, and that means all the debuffs can't will still stick at him. So you see over here, his debuffs are being applied for gas, and he's dazed, so he can't counter, so there's no more life steal. He's stunned, and he's got buff immunity, ability block, everything. So things started going completely out of hand, and my very first battle, I ended up losing. Even if I had taken out Basti or Watt, I would have probably been able to take in another team and clean it up. But gas was the... Now I can't even try the gas JKR and Han team because I've already wasted gas in there. So I had to take in something else to clear this team. So I took in, I decided to go with a few other squads. Let me fast forward through this match. This one is the Finn match is a pretty simple, straightforward match. Nothing much to see out there. And then I decided to take in Treya with Nihilus and Scion versus the Django Geos team. This one also was a pretty straightforward battle with I think almost 51 banners. Yeah. So I took out the other two teams, and then I decided what do I take against the JML team to take it out. So I decided to use my own JML where to mirror it. And what I did was I went with a couple of Jedi's, my own JKR and Hermit Yoda. And this battle, I was able to mark Watt, get him out. He not before he put the taunting tech on JML. So that was unfortunate. Maybe on hindsight, maybe I should have saved my Han instead of taking in Grandmaster Yoda, so that I could have stunned that guy and then marked him with Revan and then taken care of him. So I think I was in a little bit of tilt, and I ended up making a few errors in judgment over there. But here you can see once he's down, once the tank tech is up, there's not enough damage on this team to get anything done. And you'll see that I end up timing out on this particular team with only 8 seconds left. There's absolutely no damage left, and I ended up timing out. So not a good outcome. So I had to triple shot this team ultimately. So what I did was I didn't want to waste anything too expensive like Thrawn or anything else like that. And JTR is actually a really good team that you can use to clean up a solo Jedi Master Luke. Because a solo Jedi Master Luke, whether he's under Basti lead, whether he used to be under Basti lead, or whether he's on his own lead, he's not able to use his lead ability, so he won't be able to reach ultimate in either case. And you can control him very easily with ability block and reducing his turn meter. And the fact that he's able to whiff on foresight means that since these guys generate tons of foresight, this battle actually does pretty well over there. So with this, I was able to clean up this team. Let me go and fast forward this a little bit. And you can see over there, with about just in under a couple of minutes, I was able to take care of this team pretty easily. So there was no issue at all. And I was able to get rid of this one but I lost 30 banners over there, which was undesirable. I should have probably stuck with my first option. And you can see over here at the back, he's got a couple of tough teams. He's got his CLS, he's got his He's got his SLKR on defense, so he's kept his Ray on offense, and then he's kept his JKL team over there as well. So I decided to take in, let's see, I decided to take in my Night Sisters against Grievous. This is a common counter that I have, and I've used this quite a few times, pretty successfully. And even if Droidica is there, it's not a big deal because we've got a Night Sister Spirit over there to dispel the taunt or the damage immunity whenever that comes around. So I just wait for the Night Sister Spirits dispel to come around, and at the meantime, I just end up doing a little bit of stunning on Grievous, which can't be dispelled due to plague, which is always great to see. And now the dispel comes around with Night Sister Spirit, and she's able to take care of Droidica. And then and this moment, I almost lost my Daka. I managed to get her back, but not with full health. Um, so it is important for me to spread plague and make sure that I'm able to get everyone back. So I got a little lucky over there, I have to admit, because if my Daka was targeted instead of my Talzin, then it would have been a game over for me. And I don't know if I would have been able to clear the board. But because I would have to take something heavy against the Grievous. But let me show you the other battles. So the Talzin team was taken care of. And then I decided to go against the Jedi Knight Luke team with Wat Tambor and Piet. Let me fast forward this a little bit to show you how it goes. So what you do over here is you give the weapon stack to Vader, and then you target while you're on Jedi Knight Luke, you target him and do Merciless, so that he gets a few debuffs on him, and then you take care of him with a saber throw, and then the others are pretty easy to handle. So it's a pretty straightforward counter to Jedi Knight Luke, but it's important for your Vader to outspeed your enemy. So if the bonus is given out by Empire and the Jedi team in the enemy side is not able to, you're still not able to get your Vader faster than the Jedi Knight Luke, or faster than any one of um, the um, the Jedi's and the Jedi Knight Luke team, then what you need to do is you need to put in Piet lead over there, and that reduces the enemy speed by another 15, and that way you can hopefully be able to outspeed them and take care of Jedi Knight Luke before he gets to move. So that's the way you handle this team. Let's go ahead and skip to the next battle. This one was pretty straightforward. There was the Newt team, and anytime I see Newt, the first thing I think of is Geos. And with B1 in there, Geos is a no-brainer just because of all the assists that they do. So this one is a pretty straightforward battle. I think I end up with 51 or something like that. And then I take in Aura against the Nest team with a couple of Separatists. And as long as you outspeed them, in this case, I didn't outspeed them, but my Separatists my Aura team was able to get the job done. Little bit of stuns and a little bit of protection lost, but in the end, I was able to take care of Nest with the Mando disintegrate, and then it's just a matter of controlling the rest of the team and making sure that I end with decent banners. So this one, I believe I ended with about, I think, 51 banners, if I'm not mistaken. There we go, 53 banners actually. Yeah, I think little bit of protection missing, but we did a decent job over there. Next one, I decided to take my Mando team against the First Order squad. Now this is a fully relic First Order squad, and they prevent turn meter gain, which is why I didn't use Quill's turn meter up ability. I wanted to save that because it also heals up protection. But over here you can see, I use it now to heal up a little bit of protection on everyone because I'm not going to get turn meter as long as Hux has got advantage. So now it's just a matter of making sure that I take care of Red Trooper first before he does too much damage. And you can see over here, these guys are more or less attacking my IG-11, even though he's not taunting. So I try to take care of Sith Trooper as much as I can. And you can see over here, there's not much damage being done in the team just because IG-11 heals so fast, and these guys have got plenty of protection recovery. Plus the shock and the stun from Quill is extremely helpful. So here you can see I'm able to take care of Red Trooper. Now it's just a question of making sure that the other two characters are taken out without me getting too much damage on my teams. So you can see over here, I there's plenty of stuns to be applied over here, and I'm trying to take care of Hux before I take care of crew. So you can see there's almost full protection on all my characters. So this one, it's a relatively easy team to take out on defense. The IG-11 Quill and Mando team, you can use Basti versus it. You can use Padme, you can use JTR. All of these are really cheap counters to that team. It's much better in 5v5, but in a 3v3 setting, I think taking them on offense is so much better because you can take out relatively tough teams which really steal banners like separatist squads or like relict first order squads, and you can end with almost full health and full protection on that. So here you can see I've got full health and full protection on everyone, and my Mando is able to take care of crew because of the true damage that he does, and I end with 54 banners out there. So now let me skip ahead, and then I wanted to have JTR against the CLS squad, but since I used JTR to clean up the JML squad in the front, so I had to use my clones to clean this up. And clones is also another team that I usually keep on offense, but I thought I might have to use Gas, Chewie, um, and fives on offense to take out SLKR, which is why I decided to save my clones on offense, where I usually save them for defense. But since I ended up using gas in the front, I couldn't take that against the SLKR squad anyway. And the reason I took the clones in here is because there are two droids on the squad, C3PO and Chupio, and I've got Echo in there who can land stun on these guys. So there was actually twice that I actually managed to stun them and control them. That's the reason I thought Rex and the clones might be a better option over there. And then I decided to take in, let's see, yep, I decided to take in my Ray because I still had my Ray on offense. Decided to take in Ray with the JKL and Hoda to take care of this squad. And the Jedi Knight Luke by himself is actually a pretty good counter to JKL. And there's a video that Clash has put out with JKL with JKR under JKL and JKR, JKL, and Hoda. They can very easily take out Jedi Master Luke or SLKR. So he tends to always target. No, actually, it's Armorer, and JKR and JKL. They tend to take out SLKR pretty well. So I think that's something I'm going to try out next week. But in this case, I ended up with 53 banners, pretty straightforward. And then I just taken, I think, my Basti Wampa against the no, I don't have Wampa. I think I kept Wampa on defense. So I just take my Basti team with Shakti in there to get I think 54 banners on this squad as well. This is I've got tons of healing on the squad, which is why plague doesn't bother me, and I'm able to so I'm able to take care of the squad pretty easily with and end with full health and full protection. So that's this team over here. So I've done reasonably well on offense in terms of efficiency against all squads, except for that one triple shot against JML. That's really needlessly dropped 30 banners right there. That's something which I should have one shot. But a little bit of bad luck. If I had failed even once on my offense and during the practice, I would have probably taken in the J the the JKR, JKL and Han squad, and that I think probably, or Gas and Han, that probably would have done a much better job in one-shotting that team. But over here now we only have ships left. There's relatively weaker ships. Ships are basically my opponent's weak point, which is why I left both my get ships on defense. And here you can see I'll fast forward through these battles because they're pretty standard battles. I've taken my usual Raddus squad against the enemy first order ships. And I think I end over here with the relatively decent banners because Raddus is one ship I really enjoy taking on offense just because it has tremendous amount ability to recover protection, and you typically end with really high banners on it. So let's see how much I ended up with on Raddus. So there's just one ship left, and it's more or less full health and full protection on everyone. And I end up with about 66 banners, so not bad. And then I just have the enemy Raddus to take out. It's not a 7-star Raddus, so there's not going to be any cleansing and all on that. But I take my own Rebel ships against it. And Rebels are a hard counter to Raddus as well, especially because of all the assists that they do. They do get dazed over there, so here, unfortunately, you can see my Hans Millennium Falcon got dazed by the Resistance X-wing, but even then, that really doesn't stop the squad. They are able to get the job done pretty decently, just because of all the assists and protection recovery that they have with the Y-wing. They're able to get a very decent job done in cleaning up these ships and ending it with the full health and full protection. So here you can see all the assists are getting the job done. I think I heal up my Biston over here, or my Bigs, and then you can see it's so easy to end up with full protection over here with these squads when Y-wing is in there. So now I'm just trying to take out the last few ships, and then we'll be done with our battle. So here you can see I think my Biggs is at full health and full protection, and everyone is at full health and full protection except for a little bit health lost on Biston. So I end up with about 67 banners. So did decently on ships, 66 and 67 banners. I ended up with a total score of 2634. So if I had not lost that battle, or if I had one-shot it, I would have probably been close to 2650, 2655. And so that was a little unfortunate. But I needed my opponent to fail at least once, because I wasn't going to win this battle if my opponent one-shot my board. And let me show you guys the very final score. So my opponent did get a chance to go, and right at the end, my opponent ended up getting 2642. Let me actually show that again. I think I exited out of there a little too fast. But yeah, here you can see my opponent got a total score of 2642 to my 26. Let me actually hide the top so that you guys can see it. Yep. So my opponent got 2642 to my 2634, which was really unfortunate. So I lost by 8 banners. My FN2187E managed to one-shot my full board. Struggled quite a bit on my ships. Got only, I think, 51 in one battle and 60 or 61 in the other battle. So I made up quite a few banners on ships. And on my character zone as well, I ended up doing a little better on efficiency. But unfortunately, the triple shot was what really got me. Even if I had double shot that squad and got 10 points more, I would have won by 2 banners. So that would have been a really better outcome. But the triple shot is what really got me. But anyway, nothing to take away from my opponent. They played a really good game on offense, because not making a single mistake in 3v3, against a relatively tricky defense, even though they had an extra GL on offense that they could use against some of the tougher teams that I had. But despite that, they did a really good job on clearing my zones and in doing very decent on efficiency. I think they did about 50 to 51 banners on each of my character zones. Ships was the only area where they lost out on efficiency. But this was a really good match. It was a battle of wits. Obviously I'm disappointed with the loss, because I want to win. But it was an enjoyable match nonetheless. I don't mind losing if it's to a really good opponent, and if I've given it my best, and my opponent has given it their best as well. So this is definitely one of those rare enjoyable matches that I have. So that's the end of the third week. So far, we have lost only this one match this season, so we won't go undefeated in this season, unfortunately. But I'm looking forward to my fourth week. So let's go ahead and let's see what kind of opponents we get. I'm sure it'll be another good week to end 3v3, and then once we get into 5v5, I'll probably be able to get my third GL by then. So I just started farming SLKR. I just got I hoarded up enough gear and relics to get all my characters up to farm SLKR. So going into this next season of 5v5, I will have 3 GLs with me. Obviously I'll have more on offense and defense because I have an extra team or two. But I'll also be facing up with tougher opponents with three GLs. So I'm entering into the big leagues now. I think I was facing relatively easier opponents so far, but I'm hoping that I get a few more challenges, very similar to the match I had today. Triple or quadruple opponent, GL opponents with who play really well. I think I'm starting to get into that range right now with three GLs. So looking forward to that once 5v5 comes around. All right, so that's it for this battle. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I definitely did enjoy it. It sucked to lose big time, but it was a really enjoyable battle all the same as well. Hope you guys enjoyed seeing my offense. And again, big congratulations to my opponent FN2187E. All the best in your future matches. And if we get matched up again, I'm definitely taking revenge. So anyway, thanks for tuning in. I will catch you guys later. Take care.